Hold on. YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your boy Young A back with another video. You already know what it is. We doing a video, scrolling through YouTube, just seeing what's poppin', man. Hope y'all having a good night, man. We gonna watch a lot of stuff on here tonight. We gonna try to do a couple hours. We gonna try to do a couple hours and watch to see what's poppin'. Hopefully we don't get no copyrights because I don't know how to set it all the way up yet. Also got to fix my background. If anybody know how to fix your background to make it where this is fit the whole thing, I was just able to do like half like this. But yeah, this is Big Ben. Dang, I didn't let my broadcast jump off. That is my bad, y'all. So let me see. Let me add it back real quick. One moment, y'all. That's my bad too. So I got my screen where it just shut off in 10 seconds. Start broadcasting. What old boy say? Start your engines. Wow. There we go. Okay, boom. We should be back. Let me see. Go back here. Okay, and go here. A, B. There we go. But I do need to size it out. There we go. We back. Scrolling through YouTube. And watching some Big Ben. I might have to put this phone on the charger too though. I think it only got 20%.
So we went to your website. We see that you're selling $350 million worth of real estate. What's going on?
Yes, I'm trying to reorganize the portfolio. That's what you do in life sometimes. And sometimes you say, you know what? This portfolio is gone and is stable and it's taken me pretty much as far as it's going to take me. I believe that the market is turning or will be turning soon.
Okay, y'all hear that?
And there's going to be some serious opportunities out there. All right? So sitting on all these assets and ain't making me a bunch of money, just a decent return, doesn't mean. And sometimes you say, you know what? This portfolio is gone and it's stable and it's taking me pretty much as far as it's going to take me. I believe that the market is turning or will be turning soon.
Okay, y'all hear that? Yeah, I think because I got my mics on. Wait, let me see here. It should be some white balance, light, save settings, no.
they do the same thing with the bank and say, hey, for all these loans that come due,
Doesn't matter. Nobody
we
wants to
could
go there.
just extend
Somebody
it.
gets
My sound went out for a minute.
the people with the stock.
Or it could be the taxpayers.
And now you're talking the stock market. You know what's going to do to the stock market if banks start closing up?
I don't know if they will. I think the Federal Reserve will want to.
How old were you in 2008?
18.
18?
Yeah.
You remember it, right?
I
You're
do.
a smart young guy. A lot of banks went belly up. A lot of mergers came about of it. And it became massive, but it caused opportunity.
My sound went out for a minute.
It has to happen. Because it's the only way we get opportunity. All right?
See, I look at what happened in 2020, though,
I get
where they
hurt,
just
but I
threw
also
money at
get
the
paid.
problem.
What?
I look at 2020 where they just threw money at the problem. They just
You can't
they
keep throwing
bought
money
them,
at the problem.
in a way bought
They didn't
themselves
do
out
that
of the
much. They
mess.
only did a couple of banks because it just started. And then you know what they did? They backed the away from the whole situation. They didn't want to keep doing it. You know why? They keep doing it, then it'll become a bigger mess. If they start looking at every bank right now, trying to make that bank look like they should, it'll be a giant disaster. I'm telling you, the banks, it's not that the loans are bad. They're bad.
I look at 2020 where they just threw
When
money
they
at
have
the
to
problem.
be paid back. When the money has to be paid back. So what they're doing now is they're just saying, don't pay us back. That's their solution to it right now. They don't care about the loan docs. They don't care about the agreement you have. They're just saying, oh, he's paying us, let's keep paying and extend it. Okay, but if they have to go to today's rates and get reappraised, somebody's going to look at it.
So
We've
are
already
they-
seen it.
So they're basically betting that interest rates are going to come down by the time they get,
They'll come down about the fives to stable out, but we got to go through the whole president shit, and we have to go through a bunch of bull. And they're going to keep praying and delaying right now until the year is over. In 25, we should see some straighten out the financial situation. Because sooner or later, people are going to say, I want my money back. You can't get your money back right now.
Yeah. So for the properties that you're listed on your website, they seem like they're priced a bit on the high end. Like I'm
They're
looking at
priced retail, as if things were great, peachy keen, and everything was a perfect world. That's where you price assets like that at. Why? Because you got to understand, my world is a little different than the regular market. I'm strictly a 1031. There's a circle of people in this country that have utilized 1031s, and they don't want to pay back all the tax they deferred. Okay, they don't want to pay it. So they find themselves in a situation like I did. I sold 100 million or 97 million of Starwood Capital. All right, I found myself in a situation. It could have been $20-30 million tax bill on that because my base is so low because I've been 1031 for so long. If I go out and buy a $10 million building tomorrow, I don't get the basis of a $10 million. I probably get a basis of a $2 million. Okay, because all that tax that I deferred, they don't forget about that shit. The government remembers that shit and your basis goes down. And then if you die, then you get a break. The only way, is to die. Anyway, the retail is safe havens. I went to the Home Depots, I went to the Lowe's, I went to the Walgreens, I went to all the safe haven properties that I knew they're going to get you a decent return. I bought some in the 6 caps, some in the 7 caps. Maybe some of my value added, and I rented up some space, so there's more value in them. And they're maxed out. It's the best you're going to do with them. I got shopping centers, bring in a few million.
This is some of the best real estate advice you can get. Big Ben is going to give you that good real estate advice. So if you are looking for some real estate advice, check out Big Ben page. Also check out Graham Stephan page too. Graham Stephan always got
In a
some
month,
credit
grows, and then there's not a lot of expenses because, you cammed out. You cam back all the expenses. So retail can be a very safe haven if you're in a 1031 and your clock's ticking and you got to hurry up and buy something
1031,
and you don't want to pay the
I know all
government.
about 'em.
Some guys go out and buy planes. I go out and buy triple nets. Like you heard, I don't want to, your friend Grant Cardone or
Yeah, sure.
Kevin and all these guys, they go out there buy these big fancy planes right before the year is up because they don't want to pay. They get a tax write-off for it. That's fine. That's their thing. They need the planes. Me, I go out and buy a triple net and defer my gains from real estate into that.
So what does your portfolio look like today?
Today,
How has it changed?
it's a combination of everything. We got hotels. We're running half a dozen hotels. Some are in contract. One's in contract or sold. Maybe 2. I don't know. I'm always trying to sell stuff after I've reached its max potential. And it's a good investment for somebody else. But I don't want to sit around running a hotel for the rest of my life. I'd rather just sell it, take the profits, maybe go find something and add value to that. I'm trying to tone down the operation part too. The money's in the flip.
Yeah.
It used to be, when rates were low, the money was in buying something, fixing it, refinancing it, get your money back, and then sit on cash flow. But because rates are so high right now, that game doesn't really play as well.
Yeah. How's it changed over the last year?
Interest rates control everything. You know, cash flow's down because interest rates are up. Everything's up. Insurance is up. Labor is up. Materials are back up now. It seems like, I don't know.
Labor
It's
up,
very expensive to run
material
property. You got to be very careful
That's why I
and
gotta
do your
tell these
homework
for
now
everyone.
and make sure you allocate proper amounts for the expenses.
If the rates stayed high and the loans came due and there was a bit of a correction or even like a crash, how would that affect you?
Listen, they're going to try to start selling off these loans. And, well, they can't sell a loan that doesn't exist anymore. That's going to be the problem. Once the time is up on the loan, they can't sell it. They got nothing to sell. Either the guy's got to pay him back, they're going to just extend the old loan, but then they don't get rid of it, or they're going to have to sell that property. See, the problem is a lot of people in commercial real estate is not one single guy like me.
Sell that
A lot of them are
property.
partnerships. A lot of them are a combination of a lot of people. And the only way to cure this problem right now is to buy down your debt. But nobody likes to make capital investments or whatever they call it, infusion of capital into a property to buy down debt. Because normally, you know, it's a combination of a lot of people. That means everybody's got to throw money into a deal. They don't want to do that. Some of them just fucking walk. I've seen it happen a million times. Me, I'll buy down a debt before the bank tells me, you know, but the bank's never going to tell me they never loan me money because I got money, you know. And when you have money and you have investments, you got lines of credit. So they'll loan me all the money I want, you know. It's just, where does it get to the point where you say, what's the point of holding this property if you're not cash flowing?
Right.
All right, but you know what? Before we go into that, we got to do some quick math because the less money your business spends, the more money you get to keep, which is really important right now because with the rising cost of materials, labor, distribution, and borrowing, everything is costing more. So to reduce these costs and headaches, smart businesses are graduating to our sponsor, NetSuite by Oracle.
NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system bringing accounting, financial management,
That's a
inventory,
promo
and
right
HR
there.
into one platform and one source of truth. With NetSuite, you reduce IT costs because it lives in the cloud with no hardware required, and you can access it from anywhere. You basically cut the cost of maintaining multiple systems because with NetSuite, you have one unified business management suite.
Essentially, you can improve efficiency by bringing all of your major business processes into one platform. Off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/ice to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/iced, ZocDoc.com/iced with the link down below in the description. Thank you, ZocDoc, for sponsoring today's episode. And now let's get back to the podcast. Why not just pay down the debt? Have, you know, $100 million worth of really great
Because if I
real
pay down the
estate.
debt, then I have more income, correct? Correct?
What do you mean you'll
If I pay down my debt,
Yes,
I will have more cash flow and more income, right?
correct.
Luckily, even though I live in Florida, I'm going to pay 37%, and I don't have much to depreciate because I 1031 to these properties, and you also
1031,
lose
1031.
depreciation is based on basis, not on what you paid. So if I buy something for 10 million, I only get to divide it by what's that number?
27,
37.5?
37, yeah.
21 for 27 for residential.
Residential, 30.
Commercial is like
something.
37 and a half.
I know about 1031 because of this house right here. It was 1031 to somebody else. The new owner bought it and they did a 1031 exchange. And my girl was a representative for the house because we do real estate. She got her license. I do construction. But that's why I know all about the 1031s. They do work good, and I do plan on doing one in the future with my money. You feel me? But I actually got this house to make YouTubes and do all that, and I haven't got around to it. And I've been here for 2 years now. But I did some videos and stuff, but not how I wanted to record and do this. So now I'm gonna start doing more of this, man. If y'all like it, let me know. These videos that I like watching, though. You feel me?
I can't get that full depreciation anymore, so I'll be paying. If I don't pay the bank, let's say I save $1 million a year, right? Not paying the bank, so I got in my pocket another $1 million a year. I don't have that write-off anymore, okay, because I'm not paying the interest. So I'm going to have to pay 37% to the government.
But your life would be simple.
I'd rather keep the money I got, put it in tax-free muni bonds at 5+% in some cases if you go into a fund.
Sure.
Okay, and that's simple life. That's the end game that I'm trying to really prepare right now. I'm trying to sell off assets that we don't need, let my kids keep growing, okay, and just let me just f***ing retire with enough muni bonds that give me tax-free income. And then when I die, she'll have the tax-free income for the muni bonds. She ain't got to worry about not having any tax problems whatsoever, ever.
Why not just do tax-free muni bonds? Like, if that's making 5%.
I mean, if I sell my
No
portfolio
tax.
right now, I'll probably have to pay the IRS $50 million.
I know, but the tax-free muni bonds at 5-something%, you don't have to worry about depreciation. You don't have to worry about tenants. A single
It's
thing.
about, I have a lot of tax-free muni bonds, and I'm trying to grow them, so that'll be my retirement. But I still got to clean up the mess I made in real estate. I got 25 different projects, all around. Some we're still working on. Some we're stabilizing. Some are stabilized. Some are waiting to be stabilized. Some are in construction. Some are whatever. And some are just being operating on an office full of people keeping track of all the rents and all the escalations in the rents and whatever needs there are to the properties. You got a major management company. We just bought another hotel. We just put we put a new flag on it when we bought it, and we got to rehab that place. There's always a lot of shit going on. Luckily, my kids handle most of it, my managers. And I just, worry about buying, selling, and keep an eye on everything that's going on,
It doesn't even seem like
That's my life. Everybody's got a life. My life is managing 25 different assets and trying to prepare for retirement and figure out a trust.
it seems like you're
That's why you gotta have multiple companies. That's why, you gotta try to climb, but learning at the same time. That way you can know different, fields.
pretty happy though with the problems. We were talking before this, and you're kind of like lamenting a lot of the problems that you have to deal with on a daily basis. We were just on your boat, and you were talking about like the different scratches on the glass that you have, and this needs to go get painted. And this Silver Surfer
That's
guy.
life. That's my life,
Right, but of
Fixing
course,
shit.
you don't need to necessarily be doing that now. But
Who
I
else
think that you
gonna
also
do it?
enjoy it because you're also buying hotels. You say
No,
you
I don't
want
like
to
people
escape.
charging my money because if they're not. If I don't know that person, knows I'm the one trying to fix the boat up and sell it, not them. They're just there to accomplish doing what I want done. Somebody has to orchestrate everything. Real estate, a YouTube channel, fixing up a boat. Somebody's got to orchestrate this shit when there's money involved. And I'm the orchestrator. Beethoven. You heard of Beethoven? Beethoven. There you go.
But it seems like you enjoy these problems, though. Like, it gives you something to work on, and you enjoy
No, I like having
saving
no
the
problems.
money.
I'd love to wake up one f***ing day and say, you know what? I ain't got shit to worry about.
But you could do that,
Oh, I
though.
love it. I can't wait. And I'm getting f***ing old, and I want that day to come soon. So I'm trying to fix all this shit and get it to where I can just stop worrying about shit. And I'm the orchestrator.
How much money would you need to not have to worry about anything? Is it a dollar amount or is it income?
To be comfortable and not worry about shit, $500,000 a month.
So 6 million.
If I
a
keep
year.
that big house in the sand and property taxes are killing me there. Oh my God.
How much
they're
are
killing
property
me.
taxes?
$250,000.
$250,000? What percentage is that?
2%.
Oh yeah, Florida 2%.
No state tax. So you pay in the
Yeah.
ass in property taxes.
Vegas is 0.8, and no state tax.
And you have no
but
state tax.
Right.
I'm moving to f***ing Vegas. Problem with
Move to
Vegas is you
Vegas.
got no water. How the f*** can you live somewhere with
Lake
no
Las
water?
Vegas, it's on the water.
We have an
Las
aqueduct,
Vegas.
I think.
It's not like this.
No,
I
it's
can't
not
get
like
in my
this.
boat and go in 2 hours be in the f***ing Bahamas.
No.
I can't do that in Vegas. I can only do that in a f***ing RV.
Right. Because I feel like with a 100 million, be able to
100
buy
million.
a great
100
shopping
million
center.
will get you $5 million a year,
Right.
tax free.
Right.
That's what you need. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I can retire tomorrow, but I got to clean up the mess I got.
Yeah.
I got a mess I got to clean
So,
up.
but if you
a good
believe,
mess.
yeah, but if you believe the market's going to be going down for commercial real estate,
I believe there's going to be major
Dropping
opportunities
gems.
coming. My kids are just bidding on an
Don't-
auction
don't you
online.
worry, though,
They're
that if
bidding
you're-
an auction on 217 apartments that went foreclosure.
don't you worry though with your current holding that if you wait too long, the market could correct before you're able to sell?
You're absolutely right, and that's why I'm trying to sell them. And if I get an offer, of course, I'm going to work a
That's
deal.
real good.
Nothing's etched in stone. I got to look at what I'm selling for. If I can't 1031, what's my tax bill going to be? And then come up with that price and see, can I swallow it or not? How much will I get after I pay the loan off? How much will I walk away with? How much is that going to get me if I put it in tax-free muni bonds? This is what I have to think about before accepting an offer on a property.
And then what about the residential real estate? Like you just mentioned, apartment buildings. Are those getting hit the same way? Because I feel like rents for apartments are still pretty
Apartments are
high.
holding strong because
Yeah.
nobody's buying houses. So that's keeping rent strong. Why nobody buying houses? We don't know, because of the interest rate. The same guy was buying a $500,000 house, can only afford and qualify for a $250 now because the interest rates are double.
Right.
And there's no 250 houses.
So, what do you think is going to be happening to the residential real estate market?
Residential, everybody locked into long-term rates, not going to move because when they go see, oh, I could sell my house and make $500,000, yeah, but now you're going to go pay another $500,000 and then pay more interest, and it doesn't pay. I'll just stay where I'm at. A lot of people are not going to sell, all right? I'm starting to see a lot of houses coming on the market because people may have to sell. Not everybody took the 30-year fixed rate. Not everybody was that smart.
Yeah.
You know, some people took it for maybe only a short period of time or something. I don't know, a teaser rate. I don't know, but residential is going to be residential. It's not going to have a major upside because of all the people locked in for a long time. Commercial is going to hit the fan. Okay, retail's suffering anyway.
So when do you think this is going to happen? Because I've been thinking the commercial real estate market is going to
happen until the end of the year. Listen, people sit around these big shots and they say, okay, let's readdress this issue after we change election in a new year. All right, let's just extend and keep things quiet, and then we'll deal with this at the new year. Let's get out of this year already. We got the president bullshit going on. We got all these problems going on. You got wars going on. Let's see what happens in 25.
So I tend to think that if you're correct on that timeline, and let's say it's March 2025, it should take about a year to really start to feel the pain, which would put us 2026.
Now's the time to get ready. Now's the time to bring your boots out so you can walk in the Identify the deals that are going bad. Identify now who the people, the first ones to get slaughtered are going to be. Those types of properties, those opportunities. Start looking at a lot of more auctions. Listen, when the interest rates were low, 10X didn't have shit. Now look at 10X. We were bidding on a 10X deal the other day for like, I don't know, we didn't want to pay the $8 million it sold for. You know? The 10X list is getting bigger. The LoopNet's getting bigger. The Crexy's getting bigger. People are trying to dump shit, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, but if you're lowballing now, don't you think that you could just wait
Better
to get
to be
a better
early
deal?
than late. And you never hurt you by being early. All right? It's educating yourself. It's getting in there and getting going. Because sooner or later, something's going to pop, and you're going to make a deal. I may have to, look at bunch of deals. There was an auction the other day in my neighborhood on the beach. It went for $2.5 million. I was thinking I'd pay $1.5 million. Somebody's still stepping up, spending that money. Sooner or later those people will run away. The ones that overspend.
See,
on
I
everything.
thought that for the last year in Vegas, but consistently.
Well, why would you buy something at a 5 cap?
Well, that's what I'm
when
saying.
You go to tax-free muni bonds, if you're not forced to, it's 1031.
So I want to find something that's about 8.5%.
You're there. I see them all day long now.
In Vegas, I haven't seen
Vegas,
any
I
in
don't
Vegas.
know.
I've seen nothing
really
in Vegas.
Dig into Vegas.
The best deals I found in Vegas are about 6.5% return, but people are still paying for it.
I'm seeing Starbucks.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years.
It's going in 6.5 now.
Where?
Maybe not in Vegas,
yeah.
But who gives a Starbucks wouldn't have put it there unless they knew we were going to make money. They already did all that money and looking into doing their homework.
You know what? People are
and
concerned
if you got
about...
a long lease, do you think Starbucks will go out of business? Do you think they're going to violate a lease?
I think they might start to close down some stores because it seems like Starbucks are really suffering lately.
Yeah, but now they get a brand new one.
There's too many Starbucks.
If you get a brand new one with a 10-year lease, you worried about it?
I'd say there's a small amount of risk.
No risk. If you get a brand new Starbucks right now with a 10-year lease and a personally guaranteed corporate, you ain't got shit to worry about.
Where would you say the opportunity is for the average person out there that may not have the access?
It's always the same story.
Same things.
Find the deal.
Yeah. Lowball is the...
Find distress. Lowball shit, get it down to the right price. It's all about the numbers. The numbers got to work. All right? And they got to satisfy your desire for an investment. And you got to limit your risk. Like he's very you're low risk tolerant, which is fine. It's good to play it
probably
safe.
to a fault, though.
Huh?
That's probably to a fault. I think I missed some good
everybody's got their own
opportunities.
risk tolerance. All right? I have risk tolerance. I can't tolerate a lot of, I got a long...
Unlike YouTube, on social media, people are starting to not follow. They don't need to. Because the algorithms are bringing you what you like. Mm-hmm. So one of the reasons your views are over-indexing is you're getting enough likes and shares and people are staying on the video. So the algo is understanding that people like your stuff and they keep showing it to more people and then more people like it. So you're winning on the merit of the creative. Literally, when I started in social media in 2006 and 2007, if you interacted with anyone, it was considered rude not to follow each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Today, when I look at the behaviors of the end consumer, we're going to like it, but we're not going to follow the person because I'm going to see it anyway. And that's what's starting to happen. And so that's something to not over-fixate on.
Attention is the number one asset.
Anything I can help you with from understanding like any growth that you're looking for from, like, for example, how much are you all doing on Snapchat Spotlight?
So we've been vague with Snapchat. We grew it up. I think we're at like, I don't remember the last time I looked at it. It was probably like 650,000 members or people or whoever are involved.
Yeah, so to me, this is for everybody who's listening, who's trying to grow. It's always supply and demand. Everyone's trying to win on TikTok now, even though 5-6 years ago, as you know, I was yelling like, this is where the opportunity is. Instagram is even more competitive and hard, and YouTube as well. And I think there's this big gap on Snapchat for people like yourselves that are super advanced, but even people that are watching right now that want to start their journey. It's a very tricky and clever little place to jam on. And then for you personally, you're probably going to segue soon into being able to do some stuff on LinkedIn and talking about the business side of what you're doing, not just the entertainment side,
Sorry, a call came in.
No worries.
No, I completely agree. We definitely have been wanting to grow a lot more on Snapchat and focus more time on Snapchat. And I think we are now. We're going to start focusing more time on it.
Because you're doing the vlog and you can do post-creative strategy of chopping up pieces and getting it into distribution.
So we've thought about that too. And I think a lot of it, I don't know how it, I got to look more into it in terms of how the Spotlight's different from like the story posts and stuff like that.
The Spotlight is the TikTok and Instagram of it.
The vibe, okay, so it's that vibe.
That's where you can have one clip get 13 million views and away you go.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Hey, I'm going to ask you another question while we're going back and forth.
Yeah.
How does it feel that every time you're on camera, all they're doing is asking for the girls?
It makes me feel a few different ways. I mean, it's just like, it makes me feel good. My kids are, as devil's advocate, they're my kids. They're like pride and joy. I think they're the cutest things in the world. And it's great that we can share our moments and our time with our kids, and it's good that other people like that as well. So it's fun to be able to do that and create like a...
You think about as they grow older, overexposing them in this medium and the ramifications that they might deal with as teenagers or things of that nature. Like, how much time do you guys spend on that?
Hi, baby. Oh, you just woke up. Say hi.
Hi.
Look, he's the one who sent you the book.
I was born in Laos, and in my family there are these.
Hey, because I'm academics.
Look like Cardi B's people like clean this shit the fuck up. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so Cardi B was on Spaces recently, and somebody was trolling her, and they basically said, "Cardi B, how could you be blah 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 blah? Didn't you used to drug and rob men?" Right? Now, if you guys don't know the story, back in the day, Cardi B admitted, right? It's about 5 years ago. She admitted that when she was in the strip club, she said there's a lot of nasty shit going on there, and she said, yeah, she would give a nigga a pill. You know what I mean? Get him knocked out, go through his wallet, take his money. Actually, I'll play her own words. Cardi B. This is what she said about 6 years ago, right?
I built my followers up, and I'm building my own fucking music career. Nobody's fucking helping me. So a bitch to motherfucking say that I don't deserve to be a fucking artist because shit was handed to me and I haven't put in no work, you're fucking bugging. Because I'm 24 years old and I look washed up because I spent hours in the motherfucking studio. Hours. I paid over $50,000 in studio time because you gotta pay good engineers
wonder how hard it'd be for, you know, people to blow up and you're like, I don't care what nobody say. At some point, everybody be cracking like that and go off, but you can't care about what nobody's saying, really. That's just the thing. And if you don't, then you won't never break down and respond. You feel me?
Nobody wanted to fucking help me, my nigga. Nobody wanted to help me put me on Love and Hip Hop. Niggas wanted me to be stuck in the strip club. And then when I got on Love and Hip Hop, nobody wanted me to fucking sing. Nobody wanted to help me with my mixtape. Nobody. I had to do everything on my own. That's why I go so hard, and that's why I be so grateful. Like when I find out like people like Gabriel Union want to give me a role and be Mary Jane, or like Beyonce stylist want to.
Okay. So we hear now. Supposedly, supposedly one of, you know, and I hate even saying it like this, one of the men that allegedly were robbed by this is like a joke, damn near. One of the guys who was robbed and drugged by Cardi B came out, and this is not funny at all. It's actually pretty sad that when it comes to men being taken advantage of, nobody gives a fuck. A guy wrote a whole story about it. He says, I was in New York about 5 years ago training, and my trainer suggested we go to a strip club. Normally I would have turned him down, but this time I decided to go. By the way, this is a guy supposedly. Yo, look at the picture of Cardi with the cocking back the Quaalude. Wait, what would women drug men with these days? I don't know. Cocking back the pill is crazy. Not the windmill tomahawk. No way. Oh man, this is not a joke. Somebody says, "Yo, hey, a girl did try drugging me one time. That's a fact. This is not a joke, and it's just unfortunate that when it comes to us men, like, people really don't give two fucks about us. By the way, I'm gonna get to Cardi B's side because she claims it was all cap, but she did speak on it recently. Again, that's why it's even back up again. Anyway, so this guy, he writes a story. Yo, the tongue out is crazy. Nah, hold on, the tongue out is crazy, you know. No, the tongue out is crazy. Nah. All right, enough. This is not funny. This is not some funny shit. Okay, so nobody ever turned him down, but this time I decided to go. So boom, we go to the strip club. All right, this nigga sound like he's from New York. Anytime when a nigga says boom, he's from New York. New York niggas start every story like, yo, boom. And what else they say? I can't remember what else. Anyway, okay. So boom, we go to the strip club, and I met Cardi. I'm feeling her, and I convinced her to come back to the room with me to have a drink. Now, see, I think this is cap. You told her you would pay her to fuck, or you would pay her something. Like, you're not convincing a stripper to come have a drink with you at your room when she can stay at the club and make money and still have a drink with you. So I've been drinking already, so I had to piss. So I slid to the bathroom and came back and finished off my drink. Last thing I remember, she was twerking on me, music blasting, and that was it. The next morning, I saw a used condom on the floor, and I noticed all the cash I had, which was about $850, my Louis Vuitton belt, and my iPod. This shit was a mythical. My iPod Touch. Yo, this nigga. Alright, this ain't funny at all. I ain't gonna hold you. iPod Touch? My boy probably thought he was the man back then. See, I tried calling her several times, but soon I realized she gave me a Google Voice number. I know she did it, but I couldn't prove it, so I never went to file charges, mainly because I didn't want my fiance at the time to know what just happened. So I took my L. I can't lie. It was certainly traumatizing. And as a man, you never want to admit you were taken advantage of. No man wants to say, me too, says Smith. Oh, my God. All right. By the way, this nigga is fully capping. I'm gonna be honest with you, just using some common sense, you take a woman from the strip club and you convince her to come to your room to have a drink, you're purchasing punani, brother. You're purchasing pussy, okay? And it would probably happen, if you ask me, if this was a real story, brother, she's a stripper. She's expecting a transaction. Yes, listen, the last thing you remember was taking a drink. But she went on and probably sucked and fucked you. I don't know if this happened, but I'm just using some common sense. She went on and sucked and fucked you, and you're passed out, and she looked for compensation. Now, her taking the belt is just petty. Like why are you going to take a nigga Louis Vuitton belt? Okay, I guess this is stealing after this. Yeah, this is stealing. Yeah, even if I was thinking that maybe she was charging $850. Nah, she took the nigga belt and the iPod Touch. That's crazy. Anyway, all right. Okay, so this happened a while back then. By the way, she did speak on it. She spoke on it one time in a Twitter or no, an Instagram comment where she said this, and she was talking about the clip. She says, "I didn't say drug. It clearly says drop. Why is it why is it okay for rappers to rap about the same shit? But if Cardi B says it, it becomes an uproar when I say something. This is hip hop, real street people. Raping? When did I ever force a man to penetrate me? Molested a man? Shove a penis inside of me? I never force anybody to do anything with me. If you're gonna hold me accountable over some words I said, you should hold every rapper. Wait, is she talking about?
The funny thing, nigga said it was a huge.
Oh, okay. So she was debunking this. Okay. All right, so I thought she rapped something else and she was talking about the rap. No, she was talking about those words according to this Twitter page. Says there's been accusations about Cardi B drugging men and raping them because there's a video she posted before the fame saying she drugged niggas and robbed them. Actually, this is how much we don't give a fuck about men. Even me thinking about that story, let's think about what it is. Let's say she's drunk. No, he's drunk or he's like whatever. Because I hear the condom, I'm like, oh, he must have consented because he had to put on a condom, right? But technically, right? Anyway, all right. Okay, so she had cleared it up back then, and now we get a new, like she was in Spaces, got frustrated, and she went off as some people bringing it up. She said this.
Why y'all keep writing Cardi, whatever, rob man, whatever crap? So what? I'll do it again, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel bad. Y'all know how I don't feel bad for no niggas. I feel bad for no niggas. I'll do it the fuck again. And y'all think y'all gagging. I talk about that shit on my album too. I don't give a fuck. Do it the fuck again.
Okay. This is where it kind of gets a little dicey because if I'm going to be very correct and literal to what's being said, and even though I do believe Cardi B talks in tongue-in-cheek at times, and also I do believe, this is some petty, bitch, y'all not going to shame me for some shit that I was doing coming up. She didn't say drug, I believe this time. And tell me if I'm caping it. Tell me if I'm caping, Tell me if I'm caping. I'm not trying to cape for her, right?
The best thing about Chime is being paid up to 2 days early.
Install the Chime app today.
So, yes, you can be frustrated if you got it on.
All right.
Cut my mics off.
Yeah, I got his head, y'all.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news. What's up, man? Yeah. You ain't gonna speak. What I do to you? Never go to jail. Well, never what? Never go to jail. I put you in jail? Never go. Why you want to go to jail? Who wants to go to jail? You let me go. I let you go? I don't let you go. You gonna sit up and talk to me like fucking adult? I don't let you go to jail when all I try to do is tell you. You ain't telling me shit. I can't help you what you told me. It ain't about it. What is about that? What about tricking me? It's about tricking you, tricking me. What did I trick you about? It ain't, it's, y'all. No, you can't say y'all. You can't say y'all. I'm in jail, man. I ain't get that. They don't have to go on police, man. I'm in jail. Police files. Okay. What they tell you? Like I said, I mean, for you saying the probation violation, I actually work for like one probably shit. Not government service. And you blame that on me? You think y'all? As if you blame that on me? They can't bring my name up. You can't bring my name up? Damn what? You got it. I can get the financial kid today. I'm on.
Okay. How's it work for us? Or once you, it's not hard to find. No, I'm saying you want to get like your well, the thing you got the thing. You don't let you know what it is. I'm telling you, they said like you got this, you got the birthday and like 1 year. I can't ask you what your probation parole limit, so I can't tell her. I told her, I told her, she told me 5 months ago, like, you know, she said 5 months ago, sometimes they stay 5 and I go move with. And I told her, okay, I'll do it. She told me, call it. Later on that night, all the supervisor, the chief, whatever they say here, and all the police that was at the show was there to help win them, like I was gonna run or something. I don't want to go to jail, so I'm not gonna run for them. I gave it up. I don't know. It don't seem like they don't need me. Like, every time, if I was about to, 30 this, 30 that. I'm fucking with them. It was so many of respect. I did that. She called. I know. I heard. I wasn't. Like, who? Like, they like shoot. Hello?
It's a lot of I had to skip through that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me put my mics back on, but I gotta let them. I gotta let the phone charge down.
Yeah, I told them go to Friday, but ain't nobody came talk to me. And last time they did it, they had rescinded me. So then, I need to get a lawyer, and the lawyer get me in there, and I just go ahead and get out. Yeah, who you want? Huh? I said, who you want? Who I want? Yeah. What you mean, who I want? A lawyer? Yeah. I don't know no lawyer. So, I'm saying, what's your charge? What is it, probation violation? Yeah, the only thing you said, I ain't did no community service. That's the only thing I got. You didn't do no community service? Yeah. Yeah, they trying to text me. They trying to text me your first and last name, your charge. And I just text to my lawyer. Alright, I'm gonna have her text you. Text right now. That's why I got the phone. I get the lawyer. You know, damn well I'm not on the phone. I've been told the girl phone. Yeah, they just said she won't have to phone with nobody with them. Hey, John. Hey, man. Ain't nobody call me. Yeah. Oh, Shannon. Call them for deep. They just said you don't have to phone with nobody. I told you. They told me. What's up? You told me to text my name and what? Your charge. Text me your name, your birthday. Cause I don't want your name, your birthday, and your charge. I got a lot of charges though. What are your police problems? I ain't got no charge. All I got police problems. But I got like three different cases. Now the one went police. You got 3 whips, huh? I got 3 cases. I'm on probation for. But it's all up on the one police code. So when you got locked up, you didn't have no charge? Nah, they didn't have any charge with it. Oh, yeah, that's good. So they brought me down here and they came and pushed me. And then they brought me to they came and pushed me about shit. And then they brought me back down here. And I ain't been pushed. So she need to take your name and your birthday and whatever your charges is. You in Rochester? Yeah, I'm in Rochester. You go to court in the morning. I go to court in jail. You said what? You go to court when? I go to court in jail. I can go Friday. Said I'm going to go to hearing court. When I go to the court, they let me go. Yeah, I already know that. You just got to get in the court. Yeah, that's all I got to get on the goddamn film. Yeah, they should have been coming. It would have come there when they got up the next motherfucking morning. I'm trying to every time I call the phone, he ain't answer, and then when I got a phone, he sounds like he'll call back and shit like that. But I had tried to call his phone, she ain't had no minutes. Who? Max, she ain't had no minutes, yeah. Alright, look, I'm trying to put someone up.
I had to clean my desk off, like.
It takes, put someone on the phone. Yeah, it takes, I ain't ever did that. Yeah, I ain't ever in my life like that, like the middle phone. I just feel like it takes like you lost the street. Yeah, y'all tight room going around, they beat me up and everything, man. You already know all this, I already know all this, oh, they say you shit that everybody got to blink your eyes. Yeah, they say the police them jump on. I see nigga crazy, man. Man, let them call. Cats is breaking code.
what you gonna do. I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying is I can understand. So there's that part. Added with the fact that Gaither sat up there and lied. Flat out. And I hope every youngin that's watching this, or if there's not youngins watching this, if they're
How to go from boy beard to daddy beard before Father's Day.
This is what happened when I changed my old beard oil for this.
Nipsey Hussle funeral, where he got in because of us. We VIP.
So after the Nip funeral, Melvin Foreman leave me in the 60s neighborhood. So it's like some training day kind of shit, right? I ride in the Sprinter van with the 60s back into the 60s neighborhood.
At that funeral, he wasn't sitting up nowhere near him. He was running around, following Rayshana Washington, making sure her butt was all right.
So I'm stuck in the 60s neighborhood. Ain't no Ubering out of here. The procession finna come through. I'm at the main house where Rolling 60 started. I'm with Cappuccino.
In fact, February, Thanksgiving Day, we had a program which I got. He wasn't talking that then. But then I know after that he got robbed. They robbed him, tied him up.
So I'm with Barefoot Pookie. I'm with all these original Crips. I'm with these legendary street niggas. The big homies got jealous. So now Nip saying, I don't want to pay that $20,000 to Big U no more. Well, give me the equipment then, nigga. You don't want to pay no more? They say they fell out over the equipment.
Ever since the world was introduced to Charleston White via the internet or YouTube, one could say that the internet has been an interesting place ever since the man arrived on the scene. It was almost like he had taken a page out of Tekashi 6ix9ine's book, and he would go around taunting everybody in the rap game. But more specifically, rappers who claimed gangs. When Charleston White hit the scene, this was the biggest anti-gang movement by a single individual that anybody had ever seen. And not only that, he would also take disrespect to a whole new level. Charleston White would originally have the internet in an uproar after his disregarding and disrespectful comments toward the fallen Nipsey Hussle. But what a lot of people don't realize about Charleston White